to another episode of Big John's Cooking. Today we're doing some Beyond Meat enchiladas. Stick around. Like I said in the introduction, these are going to be Beyond Meat enchiladas. We're going to do them up like beef enchiladas, but plant-based. See what it tastes like. So, by no means am I trying to be a vegetarian or a vegan. My son works for the company, so he's often bringing me stuff, and I'm like, stop bringing it. And he's like, Dad, make a video. So, with that said, and his name is $3. He has a video, a blogging channel on YouTube for gaming. Go check him out, show him a little love. Let's get this started. Now it says to cook this 4 to 5 minutes. And if you add sauce to this, it says simmer for 30 minutes to up to an hour. So for being veggies, this cooks a long time. So we're just gonna work this out, and I'm gonna add my onions to this and let them cook along with it. Find me a little hole here. Toss my onions in. Have a little stir about. And I'm gonna probably toss me a little bit of accent in here. You know, I love my accent. I think this might. And this actually smells pretty good. Little accent. Toss me some garlic in there. A few grinds of pepper. I'm going to toss in just a little bit of salt. The reason for that is because I'm going to add some beef broth to this. Well, some beef base. And that's going to have a bit of salt in that. So we're going to toss that in. Just for a little more beefy flavor. Get that a mix. We're just gonna let this go about, although it says 4 to 5, I'm gonna go 6 or 7 just to be on the safe side. And I'm gonna toss in just a little bit of salt. The reason for that is because I'm gonna add some beef broth to this, well, some beef base, and that's gonna have a bit of salt in that, so we're going to toss that in just for a little more beefy flavor. Get that a mix. We're just going to let this go about, although it says 4 to 5, I'm gonna go 6 or 7 just to be on the safe side. And I'll bring you back when I got this all worked in, stirred about, and all flavors mingling. Okay, I'm where I want to be with this. So I'm going to take this off, set it aside, and we'll start on our sauce. We're going to hit this with a little oil. You want to cook them, just trying to make them pliable so we can roll them. Quick dip. Don't want them crunchy, just want them soft. Do it with my hands, make sure I don't break them with the tongs. So let me finish these and I'll bring it right back. Now I'll take the remaining oil and make my sauce. And what I'm going to do, it adds about a tablespoon of flour and see what that get us. Flour is for helping our sauce thicken. We'll need a little bit more. So I'll go another tablespoon. Making messes, and that should do it. Beautiful. Let's just cook a couple of minutes. Get out the raw flour taste. Alright, next step. I'm going to add in some chili powder. About a quarter cup. Perfect. The chili is smelling good. Of course, you know, I have my accent in here. Get a beef base in there. Just a little bit of water. Add a little bit at a time, make sure we don't get any lumps. Work that in. I get all this worked in, I'll bring you back. Alright, I got everything blended. It's a little loose right now, but we're gonna let this cook a couple of minutes. While we're at this point, I add a little bit of paprika to this. And some oregano. And I added just a little bit more salt because I felt it needed it. Almost forgot. I'll put about a quarter teaspoon of cumin. Okay, sauce is done. Has a nice consistency. You want it to be about the consistency of a fairly thin gravy. You don't want it too thick. So now it's about to assemble. So let me get everything set up, moved around, and we'll start putting these together. Alright, we'll see how my assembly line turns out. Got my Pyrex here. What I'm going to try to do is to dip my tortilla in the sauce. Add me some filling. I'm going to try for this 2 tablespoons. A little Monterey Jack. Let's try not to rip these apart, which they're trying to do on me here. Slam that in there. Alright, we made it. Next one. Get that in there like that. Like that. Like that. We're putting these seam sides down. Just like that. Now, I'm not going to bore you to death, so let me finish these up and I'll get back to you. Alright, got them all stuffed in there. We're going to take our remainder sauce and meat. Sorry for the extra noise. Kind of drizzle that on top. Don't that look delicious? It's got me going. And even take what you got on your plate. Get all that in there. Move that about. Get everything nice and covered. Best as possible. And we're going to take our remainder of our cheese and we're going to sprinkle that on top as well. I don't know if I said it in the beginning, but I am using Monterey Jack. So, gonna sprinkle that upon there. And I used the block cheese and grated it myself. That way, I know what's on my cheese, most of it anyway. That in there. Got my oven set at 375. Excuse me. So I'm gonna get that in there till my cheese is melted and everything's all bubbly, and get that good look at it. Looking all nice. Tasty. Yeah, buddy. Bring it back when it's all done. Alright, we got them out of the oven. They're looking good. Smelling awesome. They've cooled down a little bit. We get ready to plate them up. We get the end results.